Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Yeah, this is Tony from Pueblo, longtime Browns fan since '65. Listen, I've watched this team go through thousands and thousands and thousands of things. I can't even put my head around why Kevin Stefanski can't get out of his own way. He is the reason why we lost this game. Now, if I can sit in my chair and see things that are happening, why can't he see that on the field? All right, go Browns. Woof, woof, woof.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Brad, I don't think you can pin the loss on Kevin Stefanski. There were things I would have done differently. But punt coverage, I mean, there's never one thing. It's always, there are 70-some plays, 140 actually, 70 on each side usually. To say it's this guy's fault or that guy's fault is never completely accurate.
No, I totally agree. Listen, there's a large part of this fan base that wants Stefanski gone right now. And listen, has there been times this year where he's gotten too cute? Absolutely. Has there been times when he has been not as good as you would like him to be in situational football? Sure, absolutely. Like, I think there are times that you can make the case that he should have run the ball instead of throw the ball. I mean, hindsight is 20/20, and we all do that, right? But as a whole, this offense has not really been the problem. This offense has been efficient with a career backup. I think that it would be very difficult to put this on Stefanski. I don't think that's fair at all. I know a lot of people want to say, hey, he's in charge of the defense. He's in charge of special teams. I hear that all the time, Dave. Like, hey, he's the one that's in charge of the defense. Ultimately, this falls at his feet. I would just say, I know it's been defensive problems, but when you brought Stefanski in, they didn't bring him in to say, hey, we really like this guy because he's going to pick a great DC. They brought him in to call plays and run the offense. And I know he's the head coach, and ultimately you can put it at his feet and not be incorrect. But I think we need to dive a little bit deeper than that. I think that it's the layers go a little bit deeper into where the fault lies or who to blame in this situation. Certainly there have been times he has been to blame. He's not been perfect. This hasn't been his best year. But I think he has a pass this year. I think they want to see what he can do with Deshaun Watson. And I think all in all, the offense has been efficient, Dave. I can't really complain that the offense hasn't been good enough. There are certainly times and situationally where they have failed. But as a whole, he's a good play caller. I like him as a play caller. I know a lot of people want to take that away from him, but I am an advocate of him as a play caller.
The other thing I would say is you can't continually change head coaches in an organization. When you do, you end up with what the Browns have had since '99. So let him he hasn't had his quarterback. I mean, Deshaun Watson, he inherited Baker Mayfield. We've talked about Baker Mayfield last segment. He's not going to be an NFL starting quarterback next year. Baker Mayfield is not. I will be shocked if he is, and I think there's a way he can get back into it. He ain't going to be it next year. Jacoby Brissett is not going to be a long-term starting quarterback. So he hasn't played with a guy that's going to be a long-term starting quarterback yet. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt there.